Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Naruto Explained. We're doing another how strong is said character's name. Insert here after the how strong is. And then we discuss how strong that character is in Naruto from Naruto Explained. That's how this works. Tobirama Senju. Gets a lot. I've seen a lot of videos in the past, because I've reacted to a lot of videos, whenever they talk about Tobirama, he always gets a bit of a hard time, a bit of stick ever since it came up that he lost against those two guys. I can't remember their names, but didn't he have to fight like 100, or was it like an S? A lot of high. There were things against him that were like, you know, not in his favor. You got to look at like the stuff that he has done. Like I'm pretty sure like the first part of Naruto, every time someone would use a jutsu, Tobirama would be mentioned as the person that created it, because he created a lot of jutsus, even the flying Raijin, which then Minato would pretty much perfect. So you could say yes, even though he invented these jutsus, people were able to do it better than him. I don't know. But anyway, let's see how strong Naruto Explained reckoned Tobirama Senju is. Judy's. It's weird looking at the camera like this still. It's going to be like this for a while, I think.
Naruto manga ran weekly and Weekly Shonen Jump. One joke that was pretty popular among Naruto fans was that if there was a jutsu being used during the 4th grade Tobirama Senju probably invented it.
There you go.
The reason being is that for a time in the manga, it felt like every other week Tobirama was telling everyone that he was the inventor of a jutsu that was being used during the battle.
I made that.
As someone who cracked a lot of those jokes, I thought it'd be pretty cool to go back and look at how powerful Tobirama Senju is. So, just how strong is Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage? Well, if Hashirama is the Superman of the Warring States era, then Tobirama is Superman from an alternate Earth. And if you're familiar with DC Comics, then you'll know exactly what I mean by that. Like his brother, Tobirama also had access to all 5 changes in chakra nature. However, he was most notorious for his usage of water-style ninjutsu. Very early on in the series, it was stated that Tobirama could produce enormous quantities of water using his water-style jutsu, despite not being near a body of water. When this was stated, the version that Tobirama was being used was severely nerfed because Tobirama was controlled by Orochimaru during the Konoha Crush arc, where Orochimaru used a vastly inferior version of the Edo Tensei that we saw Kabuto use during the war. So that means that this version of Tobirama was severely weaker than the one that we saw fight against Jubito. Tobirama was able to survive being caught off guard by the Gold and Silver brothers in an ambush attack that nearly cost him his life, as well as the life of another Kage. He was also strong enough that it took the Gold and Silver brothers leading a group of 20 S-rank ninja to kill him.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah, there was a big group of S-rank, like,
a group of 20 S-rank ninja is damn near the equivalent of having 20 Akatsuki members, and
fighting
when you add
so
in the fact that the
odds
Gold
were
and
stacked
Silver
against
brothers
him.
had access to the Nine Tails chakra, and they wielded weapons that belonged to the Sage of Six Paths, you can see just how tough of a fighter Tobirama was. If we go by the anime version of Tobirama, he was able to use mastery over Ginyu release, and I want to point this out that this is anime only, because in the manga, the genjutsu used in the battle with the 3rd Hokage was actually used by Hashirama. To add more to Tobirama's ninjutsu, he also possessed an unnamed ninjutsu that allowed him to transfer his soul to another person if he chooses to do so, and this was revealed in chapter 663 when he planned to do so to help Sasuke after Sasuke appeared to be dying after getting stabbed in the heart by Madara Uchiha. When it comes to Tobirama, ninjutsu isn't the only thing that he's skilled at. He's arguably the most talented sensory ninja that we've ever seen in the Naruto series. With only his finger, he was able to detect the presence and the location of targets in a wide area, and he was shown being able to specifically pinpoint a person who is several countries away, and he can even tell the clan lineage of a
quite
person
a distance.
just from sensing the chakra.
That is quite far away.
Ninjutsu,
oh my god.
Not only was he able to casually shoot water beams that can slice through solid objects, but in the battle with Madara, he showed that he can form chakra needles in his mouth and aim them at vital points, making him a huge handful to deal with in battle. Even though this scene right here is anime only, Tobirama was able to engulf an entire battlefield with water and pull his targets down with the intention of drowning him. However, I will say that this again is anime only, so if you want to call this filler, then this would be filler, but I tend to look at this more as extended canon. Most fans are aware of Tobirama's Flying Thunder God Jutsu, which Minato took and improved upon.
There we go.
As stated on a few occasions where Tobirama remarked that Minato's superior usage of his jutsu was impressive. The way that Tobirama often used Flying Thunder God was in combination with his sword, allowing him to eliminate a target who wore his seal in under an instant, which is how he killed Madara's brother Izuna. Tobirama also used Edo Tensei, but his way of using the jutsu is several times more savage than how Kabuto and Orochimaru used it, and I'll explain here. Orochimaru and Kabuto used this jutsu as a way to mentally wear down their targets by allowing the Edo Tensei to keep some of their personalities. Tobirama, on the other hand, was a complete savage. He stripped away their personalities
completely,
and he embedded the Edo Tensei with multiplying explosive attacks that would continuously take out his targets while making use of the Edo Tensei's ability to regenerate. So essentially, he would have them kamikaze an opponent over and over
again because they can regenerate.
Dispel the jutsu.
That's crazy.
Before anyone calls Deidara the Mad Bomber of the Naruto universe, just remember that Tobirama did it first. Naruto fans know that Tobirama was the creator of the Shadow Clone Jutsu, which was made into the signature move of Naruto Uzumaki. For Tobirama, his water-style jutsu is what he's most well known for, and the following ninjutsu will explain to you why. His Heavenly Weeping Jutsu shoots small senbon from his mouth at vital points of a target. Water Release, Water Bullet Jutsu, was used by Tobirama, and it can rip through solid objects. This jutsu is used by expelling large quantities of chakra in the form of a powerful water torrent, and it increases in range and density. His Water Release, Water Fang Bullet Jutsu is the very same jutsu that Itachi used in his battle with Kakashi way back in volume 16 of the Naruto manga.
Going back
this
a bit there.
jutsu manipulates nearby water into turning it into actual drills that can pierce the body of a target, which means
damn
that
impressive control of water,
on a
like
water surface, he can attack you from any
anywhere.
direction and can pierce your limbs, thereby immobilizing you. His Water Release, Severing Wave, is perhaps one of his most deadly water-style jutsu because of its attack potency. After he focuses his chakra into his stomach, Tobirama shoots out a high-pressure steam that is able to cleanly cut through stuff as solid as the
absolutely
God's
crazy.
War Arm.
That is
Finally, Colliding Wave Jutsu. This is an anime-only jutsu, however, it's still just as impressive. When Tobirama uses this ninjutsu, he creates a
I like how he is mentioning that it's anime only before going into it. Like, it's a nice way of, you know, negating people being like, at least he's acknowledging that it is anime only kind of thing with these jutsus.
Unless you go into an alternate dimension. So, what did you guys think about Tobirama's true power?
Pretty powerful.
That's it for my video for this installment of the True Power series. Just like before, I'll tell you guys who I'm covering next, and I'm going to keep the tradition going with covering each of the Hokages. So up next will be the third Hokage. As always, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share the video with anyone. You can tell
this guy's been around as well. I like it where he's like, rate.
Thank you so much for watching until the end. Have an incredible day, guys.
I reckon this guy's been on YouTube for a while to be asking people to rate the video. I remember the 5-star rating. God, and it would average out through stars, how many stars it is. If you had one person do 5-star, one do 1, it would be like middle, and you're like, oh, come on. But anyway, that's got nothing to do with this. Tobirama was pretty beastly. Like, he does get downplayed quite a bit, I feel. It's easy to joke about how he was defeated, but when you look at how, like, the odds were really stacked against him, it's something else. Like, you got, let's put it like he said it, 20 Akatsuki members fighting you, and those two guys, and they got Sage 6 Path weapons, and they got 9 Death Chakra. It's like, the dude was taken down, and you can understand why when you actually, like, but anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below, let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys. And so you guys next time.